Welcome to the Parent-Toddler Communication Q&A after party. I realized after our Q&A that the parents were still sending questions. And so I thought I would share some of the emails that were remaining and answer some of those questions for you guys tonight. So with that being said, my name is Marcy Meredith. I'm a speech and language pathologist for pediatric patients. My specialty is generally between the years of age 0 and 7. Let's just dive in. You can check us out at NPMC Therapy or NPM Creative Therapy. We call it NPMC for short. And I just wanted to go through some of these emails with you. Email 3. Hi, Marcy. My son is 2.5 years old and absolutely loves TV. He watches a few favorite shows and repeats lines from them all day long. Sometimes he'll answer my questions with something he heard on TV rather than answering directly. For example, if I ask him if he's hungry, he'll repeat a phrase from one of his cartoons instead of saying yes or no. I've heard mixed opinions online. Some people say it's normal and some people say it's a red flag. How do I know when repeating things is part of learning language and when it might be something we should look into further? Thanks, a very confused parent. So I often come across 2-year-olds who are using the things that they pick up on television or in media as a way to communicate. This mom, I hear her worrying that this could possibly be a red flag. A red flag for other developmental conditions? Possibly, but it's not the only thing. We would combine that particular behavior along with many other behaviors before we went to red flag status, honestly. The truth is that 2-year-olds often have to practice what they want to say. So the fact that this child is able to use those bits and pieces in context in daily life, well, that's kind of interesting. That shows a high level of understanding in a lot of ways. It could be, too, that they're having a hard time organizing words or pulling them out of nowhere, so to speak. Like they have to plan that. They have to go into their vocabulary bank, pull out the correct words, and then share it with you. But if they're able to quickly access lyrics or something that's like a catchphrase, then we call that rote learning. And that is more of it's a quick way to do it. It's kind of like when we walk into a place and instead of thinking of a personal greeting for that person, we go, hey, how you doing? It's kind of that rote language that we put in there. Does this mean that you should have it looked at or not? Well, I'll be honest with you. I would probably get this child assessed just to see if they do have vocabulary, if maybe they're having a hard time building vocabulary and that's why they're using some rote phrase. It might also help demystify if we're getting more of an echolalia style repetition, or if they're using it with context, but they're more of that rote language, or sometimes they call it gestalt learner, where they're kind of learning units of information at a time and then using that. I would say get it looked at. Have somebody do that eval. 2.5 years old is a good time to start taking a look at this. And as far as is it normal for people to repeat things? Well, of course, that's how we all learn. If you want to learn a new song, what do? You sing it 1,000 times. So there is a little bit of rehearsal and practice that's going on in this age group anyway. So I wouldn't be overly concerned right now, but you might want to get that looked at just to make sure that we are not missing a developmental delay that needs a little filling in as far as speech goes. So if there are any other symptoms that go along with that you're a little like, why does he do that? That would also be a good thing to talk about with your speech therapist or your doctor first, just to make sure that those referrals get to you in the right order. All right. I hope that's helpful. Very confused parent. I hope you're less confused.